Good evening, and welcome to another expletive deleted version of Diatribes from the Voice of Doom. Now, here's your exasperated and exsanguinated host, Voice of Doom. Hello. I'm going to try to do a diatribe, sort of. Things are not going real well in the technocratic area of my life. My Chromebook crashed, and I don't know how to get it to come up again. I have to connect one computer to the other and then do some rigmarole, and I don't know how to do it. So, I think that the diatribes will be few and far between from now on because I'm using my kid Benjamin's computer to make this, and I can't get it to sound good. It's too quiet, and I can't turn the volume up. It's up as high as it can go. I've tried putting the mic in, and I can't get it to work. So that's the problem with the way things are, is you can make videos and put them on YouTube, but if things start crashing, then you can't do it. So that's probably part and parcel of the coming conflagration, and I don't feel like I'll be doing many more diatribes anyway because the end is near. But I did get a letter from Benjamin from boot camp, and I had to copy it down, and I will read it to you, get it into the record. Okay. 1 week down, 9 to go. I feel decently knowledgeable about how things are going to go. After we left one another, I got in the van, and right as I was finished watching my last diatribe, we got a flat tire. The bus driver said he had never gotten a flat before, so there we simply waited for 2 hours. Getting to Sacramento, we had dinner and a blissful night of watching Glee and trying not to think about Brutus. So he's going to boot camp and watching Glee. All right, whatever. We went to MEPS the next morning, and I swore in and got briefed. That night was more of the same, but on Tuesday at the airport I had no idea of the process. At MEPS, the official asked me to stand to be made the squad leader. But a girl who had shown interest in cutting my hair stood by instinct because she sat in front of me. She did her thing with a sarcastic or passive-aggressive tone. She was joking, I know, but still. A little haste-inducing since it was my first time, and a time it was. The takeoff felt like a surging roller coaster, and the provided Wi-Fi, coupled with the sugary beverages, made me forget that I was sardine between two chunky males that comically could have been a Mr. Bean sketch. One of the men liked and appreciated my military service so much he gave us 4 directions throughout the Dallas airport, even though Sonia, squad leader, was officially delegated. Me, with my magnetic personality, managed to find plenty of other recruits that were also shipping out there. We originally worried that we'd not have time to mingle, but a 4-hour delay gave us a perfect excuse to grab some food, play phone games, and distract ourselves from the stress. 9 of us in the end at Columbia landed and entered the lobby, and a stern drill sergeant put us all into a square formation, call home once more, and sit in dormouse silence on a bus from the airport to Fort Jackson. There we stayed in reception from the 17th until the 23rd. We got PT gear, toiletries, sheets of all shapes and sizes, all lugged into a big canvas laundry bag that essentially became our pockets. We were given an estimated 20 minutes to sleep before being shuffled out to formation and munching military rations for breakfast at 3 a.m. If there was an ink change, please excuse me. It is 10 minutes past lights out, and I am currently using the most convenient ink cartridge using a blood red headlamp on my forehead as several men around me are buzzardly shouting for protein bars and missing bars of soap. I've kept my own stuffs pretty well, only recently having to break a zipper on my duffel bag because I lost the combination. I got a classic sailor boy haircut, vaccines, not for COVID, photograph taken, my living quarters, bag, clean, all the while dining in a poor house-style mess hall and eating in less time than I usually take to microwave the same thing. On day 3, I had a fire watch from midnight to 1 a.m. We're only allowed to sleep between 9 p.m. and 3:30 a.m. I saw a guy puke up about a liter of Coke, of vomit. Very pleasurable cleaning it up without any standard supplies than a faucet, toilet paper, and a headlamp. On day 4, a guy fainted, and I had never seen the drill sergeant become so despondent and so determined to focus on a single task. Ice sheets were brought, the ambulance came. Then the whole company went silent. Day 5 and 6 were meager, with the occasional exercise punishment for some fill in the blank forgetfulness. I did go to a Catholic service on Sunday just to interview the chaplain's assistant there to figure out more of what my job would be like. Not much. Maybe there's a rule that officers to learn things hand-on instead of well in advance. The real cutthroat began Monday, a little after noon, when we got off the bus and for the first time in a week rushed to our first real physical training. Recreating a barrage of sandbags, gas cans, ammo cans, and a dead body on a gurney from one end of the field, and of course do so being screamed at. Apparently I was the only one smart enough to count the sandbags, because after seeing only me rearranging them, the drill sergeants rushed us to a freezing cold water basin to dunk our forearms in. Today was easier, with once again the moment-to-moment shout. These guys like to curse like witches during the Salem trials. I'm beginning to grow institutionalized to it in a way. I'll do my best to keep sending letters, hope they aren't too slow. Feel free to keep me updated on all. It's showtime. P.S. Feel free to read this for a diatribe. Signed, Benjamin. So, that was what happened to him the first week in basic training. And from the calls I've been getting, he seems to be progressing nicely. He worries that the whole platoon will get him set back because if so many people fail, then they do the whole thing all over again, and he doesn't want to do that. He'll be really pissed. I hope you can hear this diatribe because the sound I know is bad. But maybe your computer can enhance the volume. So, enough of that. I saw Max on the street, and he seems to be getting tired of the homeless life, so I've left the door open for him to come back home, but he has to make a serious determination to not drink one bit and get a job immediately after he's gotten himself more presentable. And I kind of need him, but Benjamin has been sending me money, and I appreciate that. I just got a $500 PayPal. Benjamin, if you're watching, I got the $500. Thank you very much. And I was able to transfer that money into my bank account immediately, although the initial $300 you gave me is still on hold. So I don't know what's up with PayPal, but they said July 8th will be the latest. So I'll be waiting for that, and thank you. I can use that for my car payment and other things. And as a side note, I got a letter from the Social Security office saying that I worked too much in 2022, so they will be deducting some of my Social Security in August. So that's one more thing to look forward to, but I'm going to try to scrimp and save and stay on top of things, and with Benjamin helping me, then I'm sure that everything will be fine. So I'll leave it there as far as the microcosm. I'm alone. The cats identify as dogs, so they're being very irritating because they don't act like cats, they act like dogs, and they're running around knocking over furniture and bugging me and wanting attention. And most cats just like to be on their own, but these cats want me to pet them and do all kinds of things. So I'm trying to accommodate them. But I'm not basically a cat person at heart. Now, I'll say a few quick words about the macrocosm. Lizard was reprimanded in Congress and censured, and he said that is a badge of honor to be censured by those dastardly MAGA Republicans for his constant lying and basically causing a lot of trouble in this country by perpetuating a lie, trying to stymie a president from doing his job. So I think censure is a very easy way to punish him. It means nothing. He'll be removed from committees, which is good. I don't want to see his face. But if I was in charge, his punishment would be not anything like censure. It would be something from the 11th century, Dark Ages, having to do with molten lead. And I'll say no more about how I would use that molten lead, but I would. Because Lizard Schiff is a demonic entity, and he should leave this planet as quickly as possible if we want to survive, because his ilk are doing no good for anybody. Now, it seems like the pressure is starting to mount on Petri Dish vis-a-vis his buddies in the mainstream media. They're starting to actually ask questions about things because they realize that the whole world is watching them, and if they're going to act like fools, sycophants, toadies, bootlicking scumbags that just want their guy to stay in office, then that's the way they're going to look, and that's how people are going to perceive them. And I don't think a lot of these so-called journalists want to be perceived that way. So they're asking questions, they're not getting answers. Karine Jean-Pierre, I will refer you to the legal department for that answer on why Petri Dish is totally corrupt to the bone. And his son is involved in every kind of malfeasance you can name, and they're criminals. They're syndicate gangsters, organized criminals. And now the press is starting to say we got to start pressing a bit. Now here's the way things work. I will tell you from experience of watching history. They will protect someone that they think will be able to win re-election. But if there comes a time in the near future when they realize that no matter who Petri Dish runs against, he's going to lose, whether it be Orangey, whether it be Satanist, whether it be Fat Boy Christie, or prim and proper Pence, no matter who it is, or Scott, whatever his name is, the black guy would probably be the best guy. If they reach a conclusion that no matter how hard they cheat, Petri Dish will lose, they will throw Petri Dish under the bus faster than you can say, Bob's your uncle. Because they don't care about Petri Dish, they never did. He was just a good placeholder, just a way to get rid of Orangey. But if it looks like he's going to lose, they will have him skewered. The way they'll do that is simply say, we're taking off the tourniquet, we're going to let him bleed out. Press, do your job, go to town, investigate every last nook and cranny in this Hunter Biden business and his corrupt, miserable, demonic father. Leave no stone unturned. We give you free rein to do that because we need to get a nice clean-cut Newsom in. So that means we're going to destroy Petri dish. And when the powers that be unleash the press and say it's okay to go ahead and go after him, it's going to be a bloody mess because there's so much to look at. They won't have time to think about Orangey anymore because they will be too busy bringing down Petri dish. Because they want the Dems to win too, and if they know Petri's going to lose, then they will do everything they can to destroy him. I'm looking forward to that. And then they can run Newsom against the Satanist or against Orangey, and we'll see who wins. No matter what, we're doomed, so it really doesn't matter. But I'll leave it there. This is probably a terrible one. The sound is awful. I don't know what I'm doing with this computer, so if it makes it, it'll be a miracle. So good night and good news.